Mark and I talk every morning before I get my show up and running because, well, it's a joy because he's one of the smartest guys I know, one of the best talk show hosts I know. Well, I think he's the second best talk show host I know, the one and only Mark Davis, morning host on 660 AM The Answer, who had a very intriguing exchange with Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban. Here's the story, and I want to kind of share it with you this way from the New York Post. Haven't heard any national anthem protests at Dallas Mavericks games? There's a good reason for that. Dallas isn't and won't be playing the Star-Spangled Banner anymore. Mark Cuban told The Athletic it was his decision to eliminate the tradition of playing the anthem before games. He's been vocal about his support for those who wish to kneel during the playing of the national anthem, the practice which former 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick began in 2016. The outspoken Mavs owner told ESPN last July if they were taking a knee and they were being respectful, I'd be proud of them, and that he hoped he would join them. But he also now seems to be talking about the weaponization of the Star-Spangled Banner, and perhaps that's why he stopped playing it. Let's welcome Mark Davis, morning host on 660 AM The Answer. How'd you like the little Blues Brothers musical
Who's your
tribute,
buddy?
huh?
Who's your boy? That does beat me down with the minutiae. I got to think about doing that to you every morning. Sorry.
Hey, Mark, you and Mark Cuban had a what I think is a respectful, civil, actually gratifying exchange over this very contentious issue. You and I are unified in agreeing that when you cave like this, when you eliminate the national anthem, you're letting the activists win. Mark Cuban, though, engaged you in an email exchange, and I want you to talk about what he said and what his argument is for eliminating the Star-Spangled Banner before Dallas Mavericks basketball games.
Let me give you the Reader's Digest, because the instant reaction, and some may be doing it today, is, oh, he just hates America just like all of them do, and screw you, Mark Cuban, blah, blah, blah. I know the man, that's not him. It's not in his heart. But he does lack clarity. Let me give you his point, and then you and I can talk about it. His points made to me in a lengthy email back and forth last night were that, we haven't done it all year long. Nobody noticed. Well, to which I would say there's been nobody in the stands. He also says that he sees a lot of anthem disrespect just under normal times. People not paying attention. They're on their phone. They're walking around the concourse. Nobody stops. Nobody takes their hats off. To which I would say, true, we should respect it more. But you don't yank it away from the people who do love it just
Right.
because of some stragglers on the concourse level. And then the third point he made, and here's the real trigger for all of us, he said, what a shame it's been that the anthem has become weaponized and has become such a source of disagreement. To which I would say, your players did this. The NBA did this. That's who caused it. The kneeling started it.
That's the most fascinating part to me, Mark, is that he used that term weaponization of the national anthem. Yeah. Let's be clear. He's talking about the kneelers, right?
Of course. Well, no,
okay.
I am.
Is he?
You are. He looks at the skirmish, and you ever hear about somebody, I've said this 5 times already, whose mind is so open that their brains fall out? He looks at everything as well. Let's look at this. Let's look at that. Every skirmish must be equally attachable to both sides. There's a big argument, a big dust up, a big brouhaha about the anthem because of the kneelers, but also the people who don't like the kneeling, as if that is equal responsibility, equal accountability for the skirmish, when it is the kneelers who started the bad blood by co-opting the anthem for their social justice cause.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating because it's almost as, and he's a smart guy. I have this sort of love-hate or feeling about Mark Cuban because he makes me crazy. On the other hand, he reminds me of kind of a lucky guy, a frat boy who came up with some ways to make tons of money through his ingenuity, and he's an entrepreneur. There he is on the sidelines screaming at the referees in his sweatshirt, and it's almost like he's just having a wild ride. And he gets it and he appreciates it. He's a thoughtful guy. I've seen him on Fox News on a number of occasions.
And a kind man, kindness without fault. He's helped get guys out of rehab with troubled pasts in the NBA, and his heart is as big as DFW. He's a golden citizen around here.
That matters.
It does.
But you're right. It's a lack of clarity, and it's an argument that I guess the position he's trying to advance is, well, maybe just controversy goes away. We're never gonna we should never erase a way that we demonstrate for at least 2 minutes, some
Please.
unity, some love of country and
Especially
appreciation.
now, especially now, if there's any time in these fractious moments that we're experiencing, when we desperately need a time to put aside our racial differences, political differences, religious differences, and just have a moment, please, a moment in a vacuum to show love for this country. If we ever need it, it's now. And to get rid of it is tragic.
Well, are you posting the emails anywhere that you had with, because he emailed you late last night, right?
If everybody wants to go to 660amtheanswer.com and click the podcast, listen to the 7 o'clock hour, which contains you and me, and my full reading of the emails, kind of like radio theater, they can do that. But I'm also going to write a column either for Dallas Morning News or Town Hall in which I lay out these points, because I do. I believe I want to make his point known so that we can all react to it and I'm going to
tell you this, while I agree 100% with you, and obviously I'm on the side of the anthem being played, I also am grateful for the exchange between the two of you. That's the way it's done. That's the way we're supposed to do it. And guess what? You and Mark Cuban disagreed via a series of emails, and not one McDonald's got burned down, or not one Target got looted.
No glass was broken. No TVs were stolen. It's amazing how that works when it's done right. You bet.
Nobody breached the Capitol. I mean, wow, what a country. It can be done. How about that? And then, of course, we're sadly up against the clock on this segment, but maybe tomorrow morning you and I can talk about the breaking news that it was revealed that Bruce Springsteen was arrested for DWI and reckless driving, revealed days after he appeared in a much-hyped Super Bowl commercial for Jeep. Yikes. The born-to-run icon. Huh? Yeah,
what you gonna do?
It's tough. He was arrested apparently November the 14th. For DWI, but that'll be a big breaking story later today. Mark, I love you. Keep it up.
Keep up. Back, man. You bet. I'm listening.